Okay, and as you can see by the title of this video, I am very excited to show you guys this match. It's been a long time coming. I recorded this last summer, so this is pretty much a year old at this point. But we had an in-team singles tournament, which we're going on right now for 2026. But this was part of last year's tournament. And this was a very epic match that two of our team members and two friends of mine were playing. And at the time, they were both 4.0 players. One of them has recently since been bumped up to a 4.5 player. But at the time, I would say they were the top two players probably on our USTA team. So this is Mike versus Jordan in an epic singles battle. So I really hope you enjoy this match, and I will see you at the end. All right, let's buckle in for a long one here. We have Mike serving on the far court and Jordan playing on the near court. So we've seen both these players on the channel. We've seen them both play me at singles. Mike is notoriously, for me, is the only time I was ever beat 6-0, 6-0 on the channel. And then Jordan is the one that I shockingly took to a third set in singles and almost beat him. Granted, the third set tiebreak wasn't that close, but still, I put him in that position, which shocked the heck out of me. Alright, so this was filmed last summer, and this was part of our 2025 inaugural in-team singles tournament. And I had problems exporting this match forever. Like, I tried at least a dozen times over the course of a couple months after I first recorded the video, and couldn't get it basically downloaded onto my device. So I gave up on it, and then a year later here, I noted that with Swing Vision, I could actually download a lot better if I was on my cell signal versus my Wi-Fi. And surprisingly, in very quick fashion, this video downloaded. So I have it for you here today, which is great. So this is, again, part of that in-team singles tournament, part of kind of the initial round-robin phase where two different flights play each other. So if you know the results of the overall tournament, that doesn't spoil the results of this tournament, or this match, I should say, because this is part of the round-robin stage, not part of the semifinals and finals. So it's not like you lose this match and you're out. But so at this point of our team makeup, I would say Jordan and Mike here were probably the top two players, overall players on our team, except maybe Derek, who we've seen on the channel, and Manish are up there also. But I would put these two up there very high. Since this match, Jordan has been bumped up to 4-5. So he's no longer on the team, unfortunately, but Mike and Jordan were a very, very strong one doubles team. So they were doubles partners, and this is kind of them colliding, as it were. So you can kind of see me off in the peripheral. I was here checking out the match, recording it, obviously. I was very excited about this one because I knew what they were both capable of. Mike is a very strong baseliner, very strong forehand, and just able to give you a good high percentage ball back. Jordan is very young and athletic and has an incredibly strong backhand. So I would say they're sort of the opposites, where Mike has a weaker backhand and a very strong forehand, whereas Jordan has and for both of them, when I say weak, I just mean maybe a little bit more inconsistent and not as much on the shot. Jordan does have a formidable forehand, but it's pretty inconsistent, and his backhand is stellar. So that's where the two divide in regards to their shot making. I'd say Jordan is definitely very prolific at the net, and he's very strong with that at doubles. So yeah, when they were partners, Mike would just grind at the baseline there, and then Jordan would just put everything away at the net. So that was very much their forte, and they did that very well. But that's not today. This is them playing singles. So I've been talking over the action here. So it's 1-1 at this point, and I would say both of them have a pretty decent serve. I'd say nobody has a world beater of a serve, so each of them should have pretty decent looks at returning the ball. And yeah, so I wasn't fully I didn't know who to pick on this day. I truly didn't, because both of them more play doubles than singles. Yeah, there's a decent age difference between the two, but that being said, I think Mike is a more consistent grinder at the baseline, whereas Jordan is very athletic and is able to run for days and, you know, get up to the net and do a bunch of things. And I say that Mike is at the net and doing things there. So, yeah, it was hard to tell. It was all just kind of, you know, how the wind blows, as it were, on the day. And if I recall from this day, and again, it was a year ago, it was pretty nice out. We can see, you'll see the lighting changes. The sun was definitely, I'd say, part of a factor, but I don't think it necessarily hindered either game or anybody's game in particular. But I don't recall there being a lot of wind either. So I don't think the elements were that much of a factor in this match. So truly, it was 1v1, and I think that will kind of show. So we see Jordan getting the break there, which I know Mike takes that very personally. I don't think any tennis player likes to be broken, so we'll see if he comes back with a vengeance here. We should see, yeah, he's getting up to the net here, but Jordan takes the point there. So, yeah, it's more unusual, I'd say, at singles to see Mike up at the net, but I think you'll see that on this day, and there is a lot of tennis to be had. So I know I have the title of this video, one thing, and you can probably see the runtime. It is a very, very grueling match. So I would say buckle in. I'm not going to do the whole commentary thing, because again, look at the runtime. I don't think I can talk for that long. Well, I could, but I also didn't play the match, so I don't have the mindset and things like that. I can only comment on what I see and maybe what I recall, what we talked about on the day. But I want you to enjoy some of this tennis, and I will try to chime in with some thoughts here and there. All right, so Jordan is up 4-1, and he is serving. So yeah, Jordan is doing a pretty good job of just putting that scoreboard pressure on his opponent. So far in the match, I don't see anybody really dominating the match. It's pretty tight service games. I think some of them have been going the distance. As you can see here, Mike's already up 30 love, and they're giving each other a match. It's just Jordan has got those crucial points that have made it so he's won the game. So that's the big differentiator when it comes to some of these matches. Are you just able to get that one extra point? Maybe it gets to 30 all, maybe it gets to deuce. Are you able to just nudge ahead and get that slight advantage? And Jordan has been doing that better than Mike so far in the match. So we can see how Mike's celebrating getting a missed shot by Jordan finally. So he's put himself in an okay position and puts in a great shot to get the game there. So gets the break and puts himself in a better position. If he can hold here, he'll put himself right back in the match. And as I jinx that, he double faults. So that always happens with the commentary. It never fails. It's kind of uncanny that way. But here's a classic Mike point. I would say grinding, get it to the forehand, got the error, and Mike gets the point. So I'd say that's the key for success for Mike. Just grind out the points and give him as many forehands as possible, yet he just gives him the backhand. So not doing what I'm saying. And again, going for the backhand. Well, I don't know why he keeps on going for the backhand. I know that's a very viable strategy for a lot of players, but I'd say with Jordan, you definitely want to be making him hit as many forehands as physically possible. So we got a long grueling point here, but Mike was able to edge it out in a very unusual point that Jordan got to the net, but he wasn't able to get a clean look at putting the ball away, which he's very, very good at. So, all right, and 30 all. So Mike's giving it a fight again. All these games, they've been close. They haven't been blowouts. So it's good to see, good high competitive tennis here. That they're each giving each other pretty decent fits. So up 40-30 and getting a look at a second serve here. So Jordan's looking, he takes the backhand. He will try to tend towards that as much as possibly can. Mike puts in a very good lob, but it looks like it just goes slightly out. Yeah, unfortunately, Jordan, I'd say he's a little bit on the taller side. I wouldn't say he's giant, but again, pretty decently tall with just a lot of ups. So it's hard to get the ball above him. But Mike gets an advantage here, and now it's becoming a Mike point. Just grinding. So Jordan brings him up to the net. That's not where Mike necessarily wants to be, but makes him hit a forehand and gets that point. So he was down 1-4, now only down 3-4. He's still down a break, which he needs to hopefully, get out of this scoreboard pressure situation that he's currently in, and gets it to 15 all here. So that's a good serve. Yeah, for the opposite for Mike. For Jordan, he wants to make Mike hit as many backhands as possible. Backhand, just harp in on that backhand to hopefully give yourself a look. And there you get the forehand error from Jordan, and now he's down 15-40. So Mike is putting the pressure and making the points more towards what I think are more suitable for him at this point in the match. And I watched one of my more recent commentaries, and I think you can have a drinking game for some of the things that I say. At this point is one that I think you could take a shot every time, and by the end of the video, especially with this long one, you might be very well plastered by the end of it. But comment below, what are some of the other things that I say? I think I use so a lot. Hopefully I'm reducing the ums here and there. But as I'm riffing on myself, Mike brings it to 4-4. So he was down 1-4. So that is huge. Huge to crawl his way back into the set. And now it's anybody's game. So let's check this out and see how the battle continues. Who had 4 breaks in a row to make it 6-all in the first set? Who had that on their bingo card? You can see the returner was having their field day in those last several games there. All right, so it's a first set tiebreak. This is first to 7, win by 2. Let's let this play out and see who gets the first set. And as you can see, I kind of spoiled it by saying first to 7, win by 2, being that it took a little bit more for Jordan to take that first set. So what a great first set that was. You saw Jordan rally up some points, then Mike battled his way back in, and then the crazy 4 breaks to bring it to 6-all, and a very, very tight and close tiebreak. So again, I would say very evenly matched. I think both players know what they need to do to be successful. Mike needs to get the ball to Jordan's forehand. Jordan needs to get the ball to Mike's backhand. And I would say Mike needs to be grinding at the baseline, and Jordan needs to be moving him around and get to the net and putting the ball away. These are all their strength, and they know it, and I think it's just all about execution. We also do get into an area of fitness. I'd say neither of these guys are consistent singles players, so there's definitely having fitness for singles and having fitness for doubles. And not to say neither of them, they're both pretty fit guys, but it's a start and stop game and things like that, so it's not necessarily the same as you're going to go jogging for 30 minutes or something like that. There's a reason why they consider some of the top end tennis players some of the most fit people in the world, with the way they train, and especially with men's players who have to be prepared for potentially 5 sets of 3+ hour matches. Not to say the women also need to be incredibly fit. Some of those 3-setters can go very long. So I would say tennis, you have to be pretty darn fit to be successful later in matches if they go pretty long. But again, look at this game, 40-all. And I almost said at this point, and I'm saying it again, take a shot. So Mike gets the advantage here and getting a ball that goes out, so Mike gets the point there. And again, it's about Mike grinding out those points at the baseline that was pretty successful there. But all right, let's again watch the battle unfold, and we'll come back in. All right, and kind of the opposite of the first set, Mike is up 3-1 here. And again, he's the one kind of getting those points. Those just one extra points that put him in a position to win games. And we saw some momentum building from the end of that first set, and despite him losing the tiebreak, it's kind of transitioning here into the service games within the second set. Mike puts in a very good return, gets a short ball, and goes to attack it. So yeah, that's one thing I really struggle with, attacking the short ball. I think a lot of it is footwork. So much of it is footwork. I run too close to the ball, and I'm not in good striking distance of the ball to hit a clean shot. That's kind of where I'm not doing the appropriate foot step or split step and just getting my feet into the right position. So just something I need to work on as I'm commentating on this match. Mike puts in a very good lob there and gives himself a 40-15 advantage. Looks like I tried to cut out. There were so many kind of wasted time on this video of people going after balls, so I missed cutting out this little one here, so I apologize. The video is already long enough. But I'm not going to go back and edit it because I'm already doing the voiceover. So that's how that works. All right, there's Jordan getting the ball to the backhand, getting to the net, and getting the point there. So, hey, look at me talking about what the strategy needs to be. I'm not just talking out of my butt here. I kind of know what I'm talking about with my guys. That's the one thing I pride myself as a team captain. I feel like I know my players' game very well. We have some new guys on the team that I'm not there yet with them, so I'm really trying to make sure I understand their game so I can kind of put them in the best place for success. So that's what I really pride myself on, really knowing. So, all right, we're getting into a battle. Mike grinding the ball out. Jordan getting a nice cutting shot to the backhand. Both kind of at the net, and Mike gets the point. So 4-1. So again, very similar to that first set. So let's see if Jordan can replicate the comeback. And as kind of forecasted, Jordan was down 1-5, brought it back up to 5-all. So very, very similar to that first set, except this time Jordan was able to battle back and again put himself in a position to maybe take this down in 2 sets. I mean, it's very well possible, but it was a lot of work and a lot of effort to get to this, and I don't think it was necessarily the easiest road, but he was again able to just get those points and kind of dig those out and get himself in a position to alleviate all that scoreboard pressure. I mean, 5-1, like at that point for me, I'm washing my hands of the set and letting the fates decide in 10 points. That's kind of where I probably would be at, but I am not in my 20s, not a good singles player, and I guess I have the fight in my head, but my body just isn't there yet. But Jordan definitely is, and he had a good fight there. But don't still count Mike out. He's again, I know, very probably upset with himself. He does get very, very upset. He won't show it very much, but losing his serve is definitely one of his least favorite things. And I know I've already said that. All right, so Jordan, man, getting 5 straight games to go up 6-5. And again, now Mike's fighting for his set life, wanting to avoid or wanting to, get the set here and not lose it in 2. But he's putting himself in a good position, up 30 love, getting a nice grinding point here. Jordan kind of putting in an awkward shot for Mike to handle, but getting a backhand there, and it just going out. So 30-15, Mike puts in a good first serve, and now we're getting the lobs, the lollipops. I would say that's a little bit more tired tennis, but Jordan sneaks in and gets the put away at the net. But sometimes when you get in those positions where maybe you shank a ball or miss-hit a ball, and it's kind of hard to get out of that trend of just hitting the sky balls. But all right, Jordan has match point right now. Looking at a second serve, goes to the backhand and gets the point. So Mike stays alive. And all right, now this is so I do apologize for swing vision. This is where the scoring gets a little wonky. The end score is ultimately correct, but unfortunately, especially with some of these longer matches, it kind of, I did my best to kind of correct it. I don't go to the points where I edit shots specifically and like go in there, but Mike did end up holding there and bring it to 6-all here. So we got another tie break to 7, win by 2 to. Will we go to 3, or will Jordan take it in 2? Okay, and apologize again, the scoring got a little wonky there, but Mike did take down that second set. So we have 10 points to determine them all. Again, first to 10, win by 2, takes the crown for the match. So let's check this out, and I will see you at the end. All right, and you really can't do any more than that. I mean, we got 3 tiebreakers. This was a very long match and a very long video. I will be surprised if maybe only 3 people on Earth will watch this entire video, and that is the 2 people that played the match and me who was already there. So kudos to you if you actually made it to the end of this video, but a lot of great tennis, a lot of great back and forth. I remember it. It was as big of a battle, I think, as it represents on video. So it was a lot of fun to be there and a lot of fun to actually being able to present it to everybody here on the internet. So hope you enjoyed this match. Um, Ultimately, at the end, I think those 2 did make it to the semifinal matches. And as already on the channel, Mike did make it to the finals, who played against Jackson and ended up losing. All that match is on the channel. And then Jordan, he lost in the semifinal match to Jackson to not make it to the final. So we could have potentially had this as a final too. So it was that close. So this was a very good match and really love that I have it on the channel here. So let me know in the comments, what did you think of the match? Did you make it all the way through? What did you think of the, how did it go? Do you have any recommendations, anything that you have? Really appreciate any comments. Please like the video, share it if you can. My goal is I'd love to get to 100 subscribers here by the end of August. That would be awesome. I'm relatively close, but I haven't been the most active on this channel, so maybe getting those sub counts, I need to be more active with the video upload. So I'll try to be better at that. All right, really appreciate it again, and just remember, get out there and play tennis.